In this video, I am going to explain you the anatomy of the vocal cord to understand the vocal cord paralysis. This is the anterior part while this is the posterior part. Through a line diagram, I have tried to explain you. We have the cricoid cartilage, the thyroid cartilage, the arytenoid cartilage. We have two arytenoid cartilage, so I have written 2A. From cricoid to thyroid, we have the cricothyroid muscle. From thyroid to arytenoid, we have the thyroarytenoid muscle. Between the two arytenoid, we have the interarytenoid muscle, while the muscle connecting the cricoid to the arytenoid is the cricoarytenoid muscle. Now, this cricoarytenoid muscle has two parts. One from the lateral side, the lateral cricoarytenoid, and one from the posterior side, the posterior cricoarytenoid. Now we have to stress here that the posterior cricoarytenoid is the only abductor of the vocal cord. Now coming to the nerve supply. The 10th nerve, which is the vagus nerve, supplies the vocal cord. It has a superior laryngeal nerve, which is a branch from the 10th nerve, and a recurrent laryngeal nerve. The superior laryngeal nerve again has two parts, one external and one internal. The external branch is a motor branch, while the internal branch is a sensory branch. To understand the nerve supply of these muscles, let's read a few of these statements. It says, the all muscles are supplied by the recurrent laryngeal nerve except the cricothyroid, which is supplied by the external part of the superior laryngeal nerve. It means that thyroarytenoid, interarytenoid, the lateral cricoarytenoid and the posterior cricoarytenoid is supplied by the recurrent laryngeal nerve, while the cricothyroid, which I have highlighted here, is supplied by the external part of the superior laryngeal nerve. Now, to make this statement more clear, let's look forward. Recurrent laryngeal nerve supplies both adductors and abductor. I told you that the recurrent laryngeal nerve supplies thyroarytenoid, interarytenoid, lateral cricoarytenoid and the posterior cricoarytenoid. So it is supplying three adductors. What are they? Thyroarytenoid, interarytenoid and the lateral cricoarytenoid, three adductors, and which is the only abductor is the posterior cricoarytenoid. So it is supplying three adductors and one abductor. Then superior laryngeal nerve supply only adductors, and which is the only adductor it is supplying? It's supplying the cricothyroid. So superior laryngeal nerve, the external branch, which is the motor branch, is supplying the cricothyroid. Now coming to the sensory supply. Through a diagrammatic picture, I've tried to explain you. Suppose this is the vocal cord. The area below the vocal cord is supplied by the recurrent laryngeal nerve. So it is supplying the recurrent laryngeal nerve below the vocal cord. It is the sensory supply I'm telling you. Area above the vocal cord. Area above the vocal cord is supplied by the internal branch of superior laryngeal nerve. Now I told you that superior laryngeal nerve, internal branch is sensory. So area above the vocal cord is supplied by the internal branch of the superior laryngeal nerve.